Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon, and of course, welcome to your favorite TV program, your favorite Sunday TV show on ABAKWA TV with me, MC Sheron Sema, as your host. I am hoping you're having an exquisite and wonderful Sunday because, as for me, I was having a very good Sunday, but it's even better because we have a formidable guest in the studio today. That notwithstanding, before we get into the matter itself, I want you to share with me what has made your week an interesting, exciting, or a sad one. In case you're new to ABAKWA TV or to this program, this is STARSCOOP, the the program on ABAKWA TV that every man and woman runs after church service just to follow. Here we talk entertainment, we talk sports, we talk everything. We bring your celebrities, we bring the people you are longing to meet, we bring them here in the studio so that they can tell us in their own point of view what they know and how their experiences have been. This is that one show that you get fun, education, entertainment, and what have you. For today, we are going to be introducing someone that is a rare gem. His type, there are only 3 in the country. One died last year, so the 2 of them are remaining. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a young man. He's a boy to his mothers, but to us, he's a young man. I don't know what you call him. I don't know how you see him, but when I show his face, you're going to decide. He's the Lord of Poetry in Cameroon. He is an international award-winning poet in Cameroon. I know this is already giving you a clue about who he is. He's the one guy that is able to pull and get the attentions of presidents, ministers, and what have you. Ladies and gentlemen, in the studio today is none other person but yours truly, PenBoy.
I was already to
You were.
sorry. I was enjoying it. I forgot I was there.
So we are happy to have you here, PenBoy.
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy that you asked me.
Oh la, don't push it. Like you said, like you always say, Sema always keeps the best for every edition. Yes, I know you didn't see this coming, but that's me for you. You should be thanking me. Once in a while you see me on the street, just give me something. We have PenBoy, and you're going to be hearing a lot of things from PenBoy. I know that before this edition is going to be over, you're going to be inspired, you're going to be motivated, you want to just go and take your life from somewhere, you get a wider knowledge about a lot of other things. So let's get into the matter while we are here. So PenBoy, yes. Can you tell us, is PenBoy your real name? If not, what's your real name?
Well, it depends on what side of the world. Yeah, but my name is Boris Alemge.
Okay.
Yes, but PenBoy, the name PenBoy has become more popular on people's lips, and it was a nickname that was given to me by my friends back in the university.
Right.
Because I used to write a lot. I was fond of writing love notes.
Oh,
so small love. You know, it was not like that. But
what? Explain.
I was writing small love. In fact, for emerging writers, that's how we start.
Okay.
We always start by writing those small cheesy things on Valentine's Day and stuff. And I used to write on. It was a delinquent art book, but I used to write on school walls a lot. Write quotes and stuff. But it was cute. If you go there today, you will see like really deep stuff. Yeah, but then that's how the name PenBoy got its source. So then he named me PenBoy because I was always with a pen struggling to write. Later on, when I started taking my life seriously, I was like, no, I want to change this name. But I thought about it. I was like, but this name is prophetic, right? It's like it's like a summary of what my life is all about, what my artistic practice is all about, which is basically advocating for a world where pen speak louder than weapons. Yeah, so PenBoy, it's cute. I don't know if I'll still be called like that when I'm 80, but it's okay.
No, you will still be a PenBoy because your writings always is relatable to boys as not only your voice, you still be thinking like a boy and thinking like an adult. You know, there are some people that cannot really think like children when they are old. They just start thinking in the capacity of people in our capacity. Anyways, tell us how old you are and how did this journey or how did this vision start?
I'm going to be.
What tribe are you, by the way?
I'm Bangwa.
You're Bangwa.
It's 9 cents.
How many? Are you the last born?
It's complicated. As you see, it also depends. It always depends from my father's side. If you come from my father's side, I'm not the first one. If you come from my mother's side, I'm the firstborn.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's complicated. You know, African homes and
I know.
And complication. No, I used to be the first, but I used to hit my chest. But right now, I don't know anymore.
You don't know?
I don't know anymore. But definitely not the last one.
I beg, I did not know PenBoy was it's funny. All right, let's go.
But my journey has been an interesting one. I started. I've been writing, as I said, I've been writing right from secondary school, but not necessarily taking it very seriously. I always started taking it seriously and considering it as something I can make a life from when I got to university. And that was in 2016, 2017, when the phone crisis started. You know, that I used to say that phone crisis literally gave birth to my art. Yes, and that's because during when this crisis just sparked, I found myself becoming very vocal. Yes, about things pertaining to the crisis. I was very in fact the crisis frustrated all of us. Yes, some of us wanted to go on social media cry. Some people wanted to carry guns, or some people actually ended up carrying guns, and some all of those things. But then the way they trained me at home, courage to carry gun. Yes, but then I found myself using the only thing that I've always really known, writing, to talk about these things. The human rights violations, injustice, arbitrary arrest. So everything I wanted to condemn as far as the crisis was concerned, anything I wanted to give an opinion on, I found myself doing
without being arrested at
the end of the day. Obviously, I found myself doing this through art. So art was a very subtle way of being violent. Yes. So that's how it became.
Remember, the government officials are listening to you. When you say it's a subtle way of being violent, know that after this, your wife.
Yeah, it's a subtle way of being violent because, you know, sometimes anything you say can offend somebody. True. You can tell someone you look beautiful and you say offends them. For example, if you tell someone who is gay that, or you use someone that's not their preferred adjective, it offends them, but it's a good word, right? Yeah, so you can be violent. Anything that you do can be considered as violence. Now the problem is how your approach. So the whole problem in the world now is just about approach. It's not necessarily what people are doing, but how they are doing it. So I think art is, for example, let me call an activist that I really admire, Barrister ABAKWA, for example. He's an artist, very vocal. I do the same thing that he does, but he appears more rebellious than me. Why? Because I do it through art. Art is something that speaks directly to your imagination, to your soul. So it makes you feel before think. Yes. But when people express in other ways, other than art, it makes them think before feel. So they imprison you before they realize that,
And you know, your art is always interpreted based on people's background, personal experiences. Someone can listen to you and say he's talking about this. You another person will say. So you can never really be bothered.
So it's subtle violence. It's attacking somebody without attacking them.
Were you actually? How did you? Because you are so excellent at this that it feels like you learned how to become it. Were you trained? How did you know how to structure it? What did you study? Does it fall back to what you studied in school? Is it that your parents had something? How are you able to know? How do you know how to do this and that and that and that?
There's a word we use in church, right? Calling. Calling. I think it's a and in my life, if there is one thing that makes me think that okay, true, God exists, it's my gift. I like because it's the only thing that I've never been able to explain how or why. For example, sometimes I try to find words to explain why I'm doing it or how I'm doing it, but I realize even those words are not enough. Yes, it came so naturally to me. I've been writing since I was small. I don't remember when, but I've been writing, but not taking it seriously. Yes. And I've never really gone to anything. Obviously, I did literature in school, but just as any normal literature.
Why do other literature students do that? I get you.
Exactly. So just as any normal. So and plus, it's not even the part of literature that I'm even doing to that is not like it.
Poetry. Nobody likes
the English, all the Shakespeare and stuff. No, I was not there. So it's more like a calling, and it's embedded in my DNA. That's why sometimes I tell myself that this art chose me. I did not choose to do art. So art chose me. Yeah. So it just came naturally to me. It just came naturally. I did not have any formal. In fact, the funny thing is that when I started this particular artistic practice, I did not know that it was called spoken word poetry. I didn't even know the name.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was just me doing something. Then it's later on, some years later, that I realized, okay, there are people doing the same thing and it is called like this. And it can be done. And then that's when I even started doing some readings about it. Okay, so there are people doing this and they make livings from it. And it can be done this way, it can be done this way, it can be done this way. But then when I started, it just came as a miracle.
Which means we cannot vertically say that this is the person that held your hand.
Great.
You know, it is believed that for you to be successful in any career, you must have a mentor. You want to go far, you must have a mentor that actually grew you. Yes, you didn't have a mentor at the start, but do you have someone that actually mentors you now?
Not to take away the importance of mentorship. Sure. It's one thing. As far as career development is concerned, mentorship plays a very integral part in career development. So I did not have a mentor when I started, but along the way I learned from a lot. But even till now, I don't have probably the only person I really look up to is an artist who is of legend, Bob Marley. Like I think I learned a lot from his past experiences, his life, and his artistic practice. Yes, but apart from him, I've been opportunity to learn from a lot of other artists too. And unfortunately for us, in the spoken word field, we don't have people in the field that have made that name.
Especially in the country.
Especially in the country, yes. So every path that most of the spoken word artists that we have now are struggling to forge something for themselves. But along the line, I learned a lot from people like Mark Alonge. Yes, I don't know if his name is Bamenda, but he's like our big brother in he's no more very active now, but he was very active. Yes, I learned a lot from Mark Alonge. I'm learning a lot from Bidola Slammers, the French slammer. Although she doesn't do slam again. She does me. So you see the problem that we have around mentorship.
I guess.
Yes, people are not consistent in the craft. Yeah. The girl that I'm supposed to be learning from, she's doing the music now. Yes, but that notwithstanding, her personality, the way she goes about her career generally inspires me. There are a lot of people that I learn from along the way.
Okay. I mean, presently you don't have a mentor that you actually have a one-on-one mentorship with.
Yeah, no, I don't. So I don't know. It's a bad thing, but then
it's not a bad thing. If it were a bad thing, we would have said that maybe if you didn't have results, we would have said it's a bad thing. So tell us, we know that you have received awards internationally and locally without a mentor. Tell us, how has it been? I understand what it means to grow, to succeed, and go that far. Is it that you have a godfather? Your background, I know, was on the ground. I beg your pardon. So how are you able to make it that far? And how many awards have you received so far?
As I said, it's just a miracle. Right? It's just a miracle. Most of the things I've done in my life, even when I hear young people speak and say they have initiatives that they want to start, but they need money, they need somebody, my story is entirely different. There's no project I've ever carried out in my life that required, for example, Red, you know about the Red concert that we always have, this annual concert we always have in Boya.
Yes.
There's no time I've ever sat and I want to organize an event and there's a budget or there's something in my bank account, say, or probably $1 million. It's always my entire career, my entire artistic practice is built on my relationship with people. Okay. Yes. So I don't have a godfather. I don't have anybody that pumps money into me. It's just number one of the key things I hold on to, consistency. Because I'm very consistent. So even on dark days, when I feel depressed, I make sure that I get up and I do something. Wow. Yeah. So it's just the only thing that's been taking me ahead. It's just my consistency, my ability to know how this thing that I'm doing. It's not necessarily for me. Sometimes I'm down, but there is someone out there who is just waiting to hear your. There are people who have more challenges than I don't have challenges. Probably my highest challenges can be that I'm hungry. Yeah. But
you don't have a woman. Yeah, you don't have children.
I don't have anything that is really disturbing me like that. So it's going to be selfish to say I have problems because I've seen people with real problems and that need help. And sometimes help is not necessarily, giving somebody $1 million. Someone just needs a word. Yeah. So it's just that thought that someone out there needs my voice. I need to be consistent, and plus I always feel like God has given me a gift. If I don't use it, I feel like I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. Yeah. Or offending God. Yes. So I keep making sure that all right. And plus, I have this thing that I always tell myself. I keep telling myself that after leaving this world, I want to live my life fully. Yes, and living that life fully means using my gifts however I can. Yes, to the best of my capacities.
Oh, that's nice. How many awards have you received so far? And what are the different types? Can you even remember?
Yeah, but it's been long I had an award, but I
know you have one with the World Bank or something.
Yes, I have one.
Look at he cannot remember the award.
I have one with the World Bank. Oh yes, and then
tell me you cannot remember the award.
Yeah, I'm Bête Découverte.
Okay.
I'm Bête Découverte 2020. So I was Bête Découverte 2022. It's a prestigious German award that they give to Cameroonian artists, where they just spotlight on young growing artists, and they have to compete with peers in the same category. When we win, that was one of my first. But that was what gave me my first push. That was Laureate Bête Découverte 2022. Laureate World Bank. I've forgotten the full name.
It's alright.
Then there was one in Netherlands, some in Nigeria, and then I have some awards here in Cameroon too. But the last time I checked, there were 16.
The last time you checked?
Yes.
That's when you counted in a hurry. It is. Some people say that your brother is future.
Yeah.
That you are what you are thanks to your brother. How true or how false is that?
My brother has been he has been a very supportive. I cannot deny that. Morally, he has been really supportive. Yes, he has been really supportive. We are just two of us, like one mother, one father. Right? So he's my direct. So it's just a very person I have in this world as far as like direct. It's family. It's family. Yes. So yes, he has been very pushful. Although when I started, he was one of those people who used to doubt. Yes, because it's one of those. In fact, if you know him, it's more business. Because the people who speak the figures. I'm the person in the family who doesn't talk a lot of figures. As a matter of fact, when they're discussing money somewhere, I just
press your phone
and that conversation about.
When you give the summary of the discussion.
But it's a very very pushful. In fact, at least I can say yes. Family. When they say blood is thicker than water, right? There's money. Yes. But then he's just one of the few people who are also really contributing. There are people who call me, there are people who check on me, there are people who really support me morally, and in all of those things. As I said, my career is built on my relationships with people. I do not have capital. So, for example, I'm in Bamenda now for a creative visit, right? My visit here is not my making. I'm not here for my own pocket or my own. It's the human room, for example, Herncho. Herncho's human room. Right? I want to think of everything, for example. And it's not because I've done anything to them for them to do me this favor. Yeah, it's just because of the relationship that we've built over time. Yes, and I think which is something that young people should really prioritize. Right? Relationships over, I say, relationships over money. So money always have its way, but I think the first thing that even unlocks even money. It's first of all relationships. That's true. Yeah.
It's very good to know. Now tell us about I never ever knew. In Cameroon, when we're talking about poets, your name will appear first 5 or first 10 names, like PenBoy 1, PenBoy 2. Because you're doing so well. You're doing so well for yourself. How old did you say you are again?
Be 25 next month.
You will be 25 next month. At just 25, you have achieved what a man of 49 is unable to achieve. And how did you come about? You have the concert, a poetry concert. Imagine, poetry is something people do not used to like. But you've now made poetry a part and parcel of people because your poetry comes with healing, assurance, hope, smile. It's therapeutic, it's everything. Now, how did you birth, or how did the Red Poetry Concert come about? Why did you even choose the name Red? Tell us about the first edition and how it started.
Alright, where do I even start from? Anyway, I've just been throughout my career, I've been doing a lot of activities, in different towns. But I do not have a particular project where and I have a lot. I just realized it hit me one time that I have a really strong community of people who really love and value what I do. So I was like, how do I bring people together? Yes, because I'm a performing artist, so most of the times I'm always on the road, moving from one town to the other, doing performances or tours. Yes, but I was like, no, but I need something that I can do at least once a year that brings people together. And to also share, I really think that my art form too is also very unique. The way I've branded it, the way I've transformed it into something else. I feel like I really need an avenue, because if Herncho, for example, invites me for his show, I don't have that full capacity to really do as 100% the way I really want to do it. But like I have my own event where people come.
Yes.
I can really have that capacity to demonstrate, to realize those crazy things in my head. Yes, because it is my own avenue. Sure. Yes. So first of all, Red is like that avenue where I've created, where people who are really fan of what I do can gather at least once a year to enjoy the things I've been doing throughout the year. Yes.
Why did you choose Red?
And I chose the name Red because Red symbolizes, which I will hear Red, it symbolizes danger, right? It symbolizes urgency. Yeah. So I chose Red because it's a place where and think Red is not just a platform for me, it's a platform I will share with a lot of other spoken word artists. Like this second edition that we had spoken word artists from Bamenda-Cameroon, and Ndonwie. Yeah. So apart from using it as my platform, I also share the platform with other spoken word artists. And as I said, most of the themes that we address at this particular concept are themes, taboo themes, for example. Yes, things that people would normally not want to have conversations around them. Yes, that's why it's titled Red, because every time you hear Red, you think of urgency. So every time that you're coming for that event, you know that we are about to talk about something that we need urgent solutions. We need urgent conversations around urgent solutions.
It's a hot topic.
It's a hot topic. Yeah.
I like that. Yeah. So this second edition of your poetry concert, I saw on your stage you had red lines. Was it necessary? You had bandages on your I don't know how you had a red mask. Why? You guys are going to see what I'm talking about when they play the video. Why did you choose all of those concepts?
I love abstract art forms. Forms that require people to interpret. Yes. And as I said, it can be interpreted by, and no, you're a person mentioned, it can be interpreted by different persons in different ways. Yes. But I think first of all, let's start with the mask.
Yes.
Let's start with the mask. Every time people want to have sacred meetings, or meetings that can shake in the world, for example, or hot topics, they always go to a sacred spot. They always go to a spot where it's hidden and stuff. So those masks, that was us hiding behind, in fact, creating a disconnection between us and the world, saying that, all right, we don't want to be judged. We don't want you to look at us this way or this way.
Sir.
We just want to be able to air our mind because after you can be performing as well. So what? But having that bridge between us and the society. Yes, and it's a very unconventional way of thinking too. For us. It's an unconventional concept. Meaning that we can actually create, it's like it was building a wall between us and the audience, between us and the society, and allow us to have those conversations without being judged, without being looked a certain way, and all of those things. So that was why we used those things. And if you know about masquerade, I think it's also linked to the whole concept of masquerade, and we're big on masquerades in African society and stuff. So just abstract. So basically, it's just abstract concepts that could be interpreted in many different ways. Yes.
There's this thing I've noticed, like there's some points in this town, they love going around barefooted. So when you say you don't want to be judged, I totally understand. They like going about barefooted, and when I asked one, he said we want to connect to nature and all of that. Now you have cowries on you, you have locks on with cowries, some of you like to wear color beads. Really?
Anyway, we general artists, not just necessarily poets, like artists, creative love connecting with things that make them feel like this is my home. Yes, this is my home. We don't see ourselves as necessarily human beings. We see ourselves as part of the universe. So I'm the same. I'm one with the trees. I'm one with the moon. I'm one with even the creator himself.
That's what they always say.
Yeah. So I think that's why most people do that. That some moving go on stage empty, like as they were born.
Yeah.
On stage completely.
Wait, empty.
Yes, there are artists who go on stage like that. Wow. Yes.
Let me ask this thing before we get into the video that shows us about the poetry concert. This scarf on your head, is it an agreement that all of people have to always wear it? If it's not over the head, it's over the head and some on the shoulder. What is this all about? What does this stand for? Why wear it? You came here, you had it on. I'm not even seeing you push it back for once. When it's not on your head, it's on your neck. Why? Must it be this long? Can't you just get a cap? Tell us. We want to know why.
Anyway, artists are people just always like feeling. In fact, some of us are outgoing, but most people are more reserved. And anything that helps us to be reserved, to hide and stuff. Yeah, but everybody has their own reserve. For people, it's just for branding. For others, it's a way of hiding themselves and self-esteem. Artists are one of those group of people that look extremely bold, but some suffer a lot from esteem issues. And
when I got to know about you, there were very few poets in this town, and the poets that I knew didn't used to have this thing on their head. And shortly after you were rubbing it on your head, everybody said rubbing it. Some now wear an actual shawl. They get the shawl. I thought that is a movie people had in your pocket. But it shows that that's not the case.
There's the spirit of the Lord going through the place.
Or maybe some people are just inspired by you.
Yeah, but I've met a couple of people. Anyway, yeah, yes, I've met a lot of people who do. But see, okay, it's a what do you want me to explain?
Anyway,
and then everybody is always going to have their one. I think every time you meet them, ask them.
They really don't have anything to tell you. They say it's the brand. Okay, defend the brand. I have 10,000 to give. Defend the brand.
It's just for me personally. I love courage, right? Let's start with the basics. I love them.
Yeah.
So if you have to give me, someone once gave me a Rolex watch, and I did not know what context to wear the Rolex watch.
No.
Yes, because I'm not a fan of those things, for example. But if you give me courage, I love them. I love things that are more natural, things you probably pick from the forest or gather from the sea. So I just love first. I don't want to interpret. I don't want to tell you that it's because the simple thing is that I love them. For this, I like feeling more reserved. It's my own way of saying, don't talk to me.
I'm a shy child. All right, thank you very much. That said, let's get to on the other side and have a glance at what the Red concert, Red concert look like. Some of the things I've been saying, some of you are looking at me like I'm not really saying sense. Anyways, let's just get into the other side and see what the concert looks like.
Please recognize this man. I call out to God and I know I such a boy believe the play is always functioning your life. You see that broken heart? One day someone will find it, hold it, fix it, and then break it again because you don't like it.
Alright, that was the poetry concert that just passed a few months back. If you love it, which I know you should, except you really have something disturbing that needs spiritual attention, do well to always make a rendezvous to attend all of these concerts. If you cannot attend, be a partner, be a sponsor, get a ticket for at least 10 people, because you don't know. There's some people that will go there with suicidal attempts and suicidal thoughts rather, and come back different. Now, PenBoy, tell us, when are we going to be having the next edition?
2027.
2027.
March is the month for it.
Okay, March is the month for it. Why March?
My favorite month.
It's not even your birth month. Why did you choose March?
I'm not a biased human. I'm not one of those people who walk around saying that my favorite month is my birth month. My favorite month is not my birth month.
That's so savage.
Yes, March is just my favorite month. So it's that month. I think that's the start of raining season.
Yeah.
Yes, that month it's fresh, and I get more creative in the month of March. And I decided to choose March. I just like it.
That's nice. That's nice.
It's going to be a next in 2027 March, and it's always first weekend of March or second weekend of March. And I'm thinking of doing it. Still thinking next year in Bamenda.
Oh my God! We cannot wait to have you. We'll be so happy to have you. Anyways, now let's talk about this work, this collaboration you did that shook the internet. Everyone was talking about it. People were so moved. Dirty by PenBoy featuring Black Coco. Tell us about it.
Alright, in fact, almost all of Cameroon got scared some months ago with the rampant rape. And it wasn't just ordinary rapes. Children were getting raped by matured men old enough to be their fathers. Sometimes in a society like this, we're already going through a lot in Cameroon, right? As a people, like a lot. And now Sokate is showing our pork. We don't have roads. We are barely drinking good water. Food. So we have a lot of pressing issues.
Yeah.
And people should not go around raping people. Should be the least of our worries. Right?
That's true.
You should not leave your junior sister at home and you're scared, to go out and hustle that doesn't even pay well, and you're scared to leave your child with a neighbor. African society should be in such a way that you can leave your child with your neighbor and travel and come back.
Yeah.
Yes, your neighbor's child should be your child. But how do we get to that point where you're scared to leave your child, even with the child's own father?
Or the child's own uncle.
Or the child's own uncle, or their grandfather.
Yes.
So it's something that needed to be addressed. And I love the fact that everybody was trying to add. I saw journalists adding their voices. I saw artists adding their voices, or humanitarian organizations adding their voices. It was becoming rampant and a lot. And everybody, all of these voices, because when things like this happen, it's because we want the government to address it or introduce policies that can help curb it. For now, the Cameroonian law punishes rape, but I don't think that the punishment is enough to be able to deter rape.
Yeah.
Yes. So the collaboration was just us adding our own voice to the whole campaign, adding our voices to what other people are already doing out there to the whole campaign. And plus, humanitarian organizations have done it, activists have spoken. But I think that art, as I said, art will always be a way to. Art has its way.
Yeah.
And I think everybody connects to it. And it was also a way to provide healing. We're using that work to provide healing for families that have been affected by things like this, encouraging other people to speak out.
Wow.
I think it was a whole project. After that release, we had a dirty challenge calling on, and this challenge was on TikTok, where other artists, spoken word artists, dancers, also use their voice or their skill or their talent set to add their voice to the whole campaign. So we had that, yes, and we also joined Coco and I. We joined certain match because there were some humanitarian organizations in the southwest there who did matches against the whole.
Yes, I saw your own, the long walk healing. How was it?
The long walk to healing was something.
Okay, it was something different.
Yeah, but we joined Yolanda.
Yes,
she organized a walk, and Coco was there. Coco was there too to also add her voice. So that's generally like the summary of it. So basically, sensitizing through the campaign, sensitizing people, urging people to speak out, add their own voices, then providing healing to affected families, and we are hoping right now, cannot measure the impact, but we are hoping that all of these things is going to push the government to come up with reforms. We don't know how they are going to do it, but we'll just institutionalize reforms that are going to deter acts like this, and also provide, because what happens to those children after rape, what happens to the families, for example, and all of those things. So governance will also take this into consideration.
Now, talking about healing, tell us about the walk to healing that you had. That was in April. Is there another one coming up again?
Yes, we're probably doing it. You know, my life, as I said, my life is just, I have, one of the things I do in my life is I do art and I have fun. Those are the two things I do in my life here on earth. And long walk to healing is just one of those fun activities that I like. I have two leisure activities I really like: swimming and walking. But I just decided to make other people part of the world. I love making people part of my life. Yeah. So if I'm doing something that I like, I feel like other people are going to like it too, and I help them too. So long walk to healing is just a part of my life that I just decided to share with people. I didn't want to be walking alone. So when I want to think, I want to relax, I want to get inspiration.
You don't want to walk alone.
When I just want to get inspired, I walk. And because of walking, I realized that walking is beautiful. You know, walking is beautiful. When I walk, that's the highest time I'm able to think. That's the highest time I'm able to spend time myself. That's the highest time I'm able to really notice the things around me. You know, this time we're so distracted with our phone, social media, we don't pay attention to the things happening. So people can literally live in this quarter and they build a new house and people don't notice because everybody's head is down. Yeah, so but it was just me connecting with my town, connecting with the roads, connecting with that morning or evening breeze. So we just decided to create a concept, my friend and I, man, and Moscow was part of the people. We have Moscow, we have A's, all of these people are my friends. So just sat and like, okay, and all of them too love physical exercise. Just do a long walk of healing. So people who are depressed need time to think, and you don't want to go to therapy, you don't want to visit therapists. So not everybody, it's not a thing. Therapists here, when it was the last time you heard a black man saying, I'm going to go for therapy. But we have our own ways of healing.
That's true.
Yeah. I tried to do long walk. It's also a form of extreme sport. Like the last one we did, we walked from Boya to Douala.
Yeah.
Most people thought it was impossible. But we did it. I'm not an athletic. I don't go to the gym, but I could do it. Yes, of course, I was tired. I felt like breaking down. But I think the whole point of this work is to challenge yourself. Can you still attain your mission even when you feel like you cannot go again? When I was in Tico, for example, I was very tired. The difference between me and you is that when I reach in Tico, I'm tired. You go back, but I have one goal in mind. I must reach Douala.
So the consistency you're telling me
about.
I
was talking about. Yes, I'm that. So I think it says a lot about my personality. I'm that kind of person. Even if I feel like it is wrong, even if sometimes I feel like it is wrong, I'm that kind of person who can carry wrong ideas until you think that the idea is right.
Yes. I know. I like that. So now let me ask you, how do you produce your poetry? Is it just the way we do, or do you do it in albums?
Yes, when I just started, for us spoken word artists, it's the normal procedure. I will put our phones and we talk. Then we look at it, it's good, we edit and put on TikTok. I was like, no. If I've decided I have to make a living out of it, it means I have to do something different. Then I thought about it, but spoken word is music. The only difference is that I talk. So anything that a musician does, or if a musician is doing when I just started, I never thought of doing concerts.
Okay.
Yes, I never thought of recording albums. It's something that came later on, and which is still part of me being consistent, being innovative. And I think it's something that young people should learn, right?
Yeah.
Yes, if you have a skill, think of, in as much as you want to grow, growth comes with development.
Yeah.
Yes, you must learn to develop this skill. Be innovative. Because there are a lot of people doing spoken word. The one makes you different. A lot of people can sing. Like the world is competitive. Anybody can go online and search how to do something and they do it. And they even do it more than you.
Yeah.
The what makes you different, that uniqueness. So at some point I thought about it, I was like, but spoken word is music. It means I can also release an album. I made some research and I learned how to release an album on EP, for example. Yes, and I made cuts the producers to work with that had. It was like, yes, I can create you a Spotify platform, I can create you platforms on all streaming platforms. Okay. Interesting. And he recorded my first album, Meetings of the Universe, with 12 tracks.
Wow.
Right. This was nice. And I applied for a grant. I thought about it, I was like, but this is something I can use. Musicians release things and do tours. I can also do a tour stopping me. I applied for a grant and I got it. I was like, I want to do a tour. And they said to do, I thought I was the first I was going to Bamenda, because I did a nationwide tour that time. Okay. And Bamenda was one of the cities. Yes. I came to, I was like, this is great. So that was me being innovative.
That's true.
Yeah. So my work, I basically, I just like musicians, I write, I record, I distribute on streaming platforms. So anywhere you listen to music, you can listen to my work. Spotify, what is common for us here in Cameroon is Spotify, Audiomack, Boomplay, famous YouTube. And a famous YouTube. So you can always get get my work there. And I also collaborate with, even with like Black Coco, I did Dirty with a musician. I collaborate with musicians. I find ways to integrate myself in other art forms too.
Because art is big.
Art is big,
so what platforms can we find on? What are the names? So that those that are
it's PenBoy on streaming platform. That's
all,
yes, on all streaming.
All PenBoy is PenBoy, one word.
PenBoy. Yeah.
That's nice. Now it is said that some producers work with poets to write songs for them to produce. Have you had the opportunity to write songs for anybody, or have you had that? Don't call their name.
Yes, I've experimented with this. Yes, I've worked with some artists who I've contributed verses, helped some artists to shape their work and stuff. Sometimes I enjoy doing that. So.
Now, before we get to watch the video on Ndonwie, you got into this thing blindly.
Yeah.
Someone will say you got into it by mistake.
Yeah.
not because it's a mistake, but because you're just a creative mind.
Yeah.
How were you able to keep going and hoping to have a living, money out of this thing without even seeing someone that was a motivation to you? Because it's easy for me to say that, okay, if I'm doing TV production, there's money in TV.
Yeah.
You were not even seeing money in poetry.
Yeah.
But you were just going in it like a woman in love under Kayamata. What was your motivation, and how long did it take you for you to earn your first 20 cents as a poet?
The only thing that kept me going, which is a conversation that most young people don't want to have again, is that you must love it. I don't know how people define love, but whether it's love towards something or a person, but I know that the connection, in fact, what keeps us as human beings going, whether in relationships, whether in our careers, of all the love. If you don't love something, trust me, you break. Or tomorrow you abandon it and do something else. Or tomorrow you not be doing. I'll not even be sitting here and talking about it and smiling if I don't love it in the first place.
True.
I think the first thing that kept me going was that I understood that I love this thing. And when you love something or someone, what do? You pay attention to it, right?
Wow, I love a boy.
When you love, okay, let's talk about someone. Let's talk about something. When you love something, what do? You take care of it. You pay attention to it. You listen to. I listen to my art, as in I listen to myself sometimes. Right? Yes. You pay attention to it. You do all of this. You treat it nicely. You treat it nicely. You treat it like it's the only thing that you're born in this world to do. Have you ever been in love before? Like that first. Let's talk about the first
love.
Voila. You know how you fall in love with someone for the first time. Everybody is complaining about that person. You're still there. They ask, but why are you with this person? See, I don't know. That was the second.
People cannot understand.
That was the relationship that I had with Arantango. Was not break up. We've not broken up till now. That's the relationship that we had. Right? Okay. And I did not really think about. I've not been that young person who thinks about money. In fact, it's something that giving up on. Not like really giving up on, but I didn't want to make it the center of my life.
Even with the poor background you came from.
Yeah, I don't want to make. In fact, I think that part helps me to really feel like money
is not necessary.
Yeah, it's not really necessary. Yeah, and I did not really want to. I did not feel that urge. I don't know. Somehow I've never really felt that urge to do a lot. The only urges I've ever had is really I want to live my life to my full potential. And every time people say this statement, they think of getting money to live that life to their full potential. But I keep telling myself that how much money is much money. Money and figures, right? Will I ever have it now? At what point in my life will I sit and say, yes, I have the money, now let me enjoy this? I've seen big brother. We've even lost people, right? We've lost people who were working hard, doing everything and died without even enjoying that.
That's true.
So I live my life in a moment. Like now, the only thing I can control is my now. What is my now? I'm here having an interview. The best I can do to myself is really enjoy this moment. Right? Tomorrow will take care of itself. Yes, I thank God as I'm living like that. The universe has a way of responding to things.
I like that.
The universe has been able to guide me, to provide me exactly what I need. At least I can pay for my house and I can afford transportation to go to my shows. And when I think about it, I don't need anything more than that.
That's true.
Yes, when I think about it, the only time I was having a problem is when I start thinking of things I don't need. For example, I just sit and start craving a car. And I just start craving it, and genuinely, I cannot even drive. You cannot drive, and you're craving a car, for example. So it's just I've just learned to live according to my means, live in the moment, and be open to the fact that yes, maybe all mom will be the house. I'm very open to the fact that yes, I must not necessarily build a mansion one day. I must not necessarily drive in the best car. I've made peace with things like that. But what can I do? I can enjoy this interview that I'm having now. It's what is under my control.
I like that. Anyways, that said, let's get to the other side of the studio and have a look at the video, the work of art that you did in collaboration with Black Coco titled Dirty. Hope you enjoy it.
You be big man, no, come puff your chest.
Spineless in some weakness.
Aye, darkness deep at you thread.
Let this song be your regress. Naughty.
Man picking way carry prick, put for picking a devil. Picking way this is suck bonbon, young enough to call you father. Picking way she done for your food, hold you, call you uncle. Yet you bind her hands in restraint, squeezing her body firmly against the ground as she scuffles in pain. Tears taxing down her cheeks, tension etching across her forehead. Veins straining beneath her skin, crimson fluid sealing down her thighs, oxygen escaping her lungs as she whimpers her last. Uncle, please! She was just 14, barely 18, still thin, learning new things. Come on, man. Life hardens us all, yet you use yours to fuck an infant. What becomes of a society that has no regard for innocence? Where shame walks around blindfolded, consciences lay naked, disregarded, senses baked to stones, heartless. A society that abuses the very ones they are meant to protect.
Uncle, I'm scared. Don't want to be here trying to catch my breath. It hurts. Why you move my vest? Why you tear your shirt? Uncle, stop touching. Don't do this.
Alright, so that was Dirty. A very educational and touching video. If you know someone that has been in that situation, if you are a victim, if you are a survivor, in fact, if you have been to a school where someone has been part of this, I know you will be able to relate with that video. That was put together by PenBoy and Black Coco. Now let's talk back to the man of the moment, PenBoy.
Yeah.
Today is the 15th. Today is the 15th of May.
Yeah.
And you are launching an album titled Reinvented. Tell us about that.
All right. You know, sometimes we get caught in all the noise in the world, and we tend to lose ourselves. Sometimes you walk around feeling like, I know myself, I know what I have to do in my life. I know, I am sure that is who I am, but people tell you a lot of things about you that you start questioning yourself. Okay, probably. Have you ever been in a situation where, for example, you know that it is green, but everybody says no, it is red, and you end up convincing yourself that no, it is red. Yes. So I've been in that space in my life where there was a lot of things happening around me, a lot of people telling me things, what they thought I should do with my life, yes, or how they thought they want me to sound, and a lot of people contributing. Not that they were not doing it out of ill intentions. Yeah, they just meant good. But sometimes all of these things get overwhelming. All of these things get overwhelming. Opinions, and sometimes you get lost. Sometimes you just get lost in it. So this is like a season in my life where I'm starting to rethink about my life. I'm like, okay, a lot of things are happening. My career is going well, but there are a lot of things I still have to put. Some people think that I am there, but to me that's why I can't even remember some of those things that you're naming. Those are words, because those things are not necessarily things that matter to me. Because where I want to go to is still these ones like that, just like the baby steps. Yeah, I'm very grateful for them, but then this is not where I want to be. I know the potential that I have, and I know where I can be. Yeah. So this is not even a thing. This is not even a thing. This is just like 10% of the 100% of what I want to do. So I'm just like, this is my life where it's overwhelming. People think that I am there. Yes. Family also think that I'm there. Then another fraction of the family is disappointed. That what are you doing in your life? Some people think that I should go back to school and finish my law. So a lot of things are happening. So this is a season where I'm rethinking a lot about.
I saw a blog the other time. Someone was saying you would have taken the same path like your brother, future, to be a blogger. Maybe you take one blog and you're handling. So I can understand what
those things sound like empty noise. But sometimes when I sit in my room, I think, especially when I'm going through hard times, for example, when hunger locks me, and I sit with my bowl of diarrhea. I'm like, bet. What if
This is right.
Yes. And then I just wake up again. I'm like, no. So this has been a season of my life. I've been thinking about those things a lot. I even had to relocate from my own time. I grew up. I spent most of my life in Boya. I had to relocate from Boya to a place where nobody knows me. I moved to the south to Kribi, where nobody knows me there. Where I'm nobody.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yes. Where I'm nobody. Where I can learn to connect to people who are not necessarily my people and stuff, and I get to think, and I get to spend a lot of time with myself away from that noise. And
in Boya, people can clap you to somewhere you don't want to go, but in Kribi, they cannot clap you.
They can hype you to your grave.
Yeah, when they don't even leave it there.
The hype is great. The hype is great for us artists. It is great. Like that's what makes people make us feel like we are useful. But I know very well that hype, that's not where I want to be.
Yeah.
Like they're hyping nonsense.
Yes.
Because I have where I want to be, and I don't want them to make me feel like I've
already gotten there.
Yes. That's why I went to Kribi to spend time on myself, and that's why I'm also releasing this work Reinvented, because it's very okay. It's very okay to get lost and get found, get lost, get found. In fact, it's like it's not like the script. So it's very okay sometimes to get there, sometimes feeling like you figure it out, then you crash. But when you crash, what happens? You wake up again. So that's why it's Reinvented, because it's me redefining my voice, redefining my purpose, and all of this, and that's why I release that as
I'm sure in the course of as we're talking, they are going to actually see a video or pictures of the cover art of Reinvented. How many
tracks? There are 8.
There are 8.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah, there are 8.
That's a lot. How long did it take you to put that together?
Anyway, this particular it's not taking me very long, because some of them are actually old works and I just because sometimes for us artists, when we grow, we go back to our old stuff and like, this is not what I want to achieve with this, and we redo it again. Yeah. So the work, there's a fraction of the work of the project that is old work that I just had to re-edit. But it just took me a couple of months.
Couple of months.
Yeah. And I worked on the project because I've had one producer all my life. So I just started with a new producer. So for people who are really versed in my work, when you listen to this particular project, you'll be like, okay, this one is different.
This is different from the other.
Yes.
No, it's very beautiful. Yeah. So, but before we go, what is that thing you have to tell youths in Cameroon and elsewhere?
There's always just one sentence I always conclude my interviews with. One quote from one of my favorite poets, Charles Bukowski: "Find what you love and let it kill you." Find what you love and let it kill you. And I love this quote because there is something about life that we all know, we all ignore it, but we all behave as if and that one thing is that we're going to die one day. And most people don't think. Sometimes we say it, but we don't really think about what this really means. We're going to die one day means that after this interview, I can literally go down there and the next minute where I'm no more. It's that life is that fragile. So I think about it. How do I want my life to look like before I die? Right? I want to spend my life doing things that I love. Life is so short to spend time doing things I don't enjoy. For example, people say I should go and be a lawyer. I will not like it. I will not like it.
You will not be efficient.
I will not be efficient. So why should I spend my entire existence that I'm not sure, I don't even know my time frame, my mandate here. Then I spend it doing something that I don't love, something that I don't talk about it with a smiley face. So find something that you love and let it kill you, because something is going to kill you eventually.
Yeah.
And the best way to die is by dying fulfilled. Yes. And when you talk about fulfillment, it's basically living a life you enjoy. That's
so thoughtful and sweet, coming from a young man like you who was not born with a golden spoon, yet is giving hope to a lot of Cameroonians. We want to take this opportunity to thank you and appreciate you for the things you've been doing. We see you, the world sees you, we love you, and we know that you can only go higher than this. Even if you want to get tired, the hope you have given us will just tell you that you have gone too far to give up. Thank you so very much. It was a pleasure having you on STARSCOOP. Alright. It's so sad for me to say, but at this point we will have to sign out of the studio. I hope you had a good time, because as for me, I had a good time. It was a moment for me to reflect, though it was not actually a poetry session. It was a moment for me to actually remember and think about my life. I will not lie, I'm going to be living here with one information. Let me die for something I love. Make sure to also die for something you love. Do not waste your mandate. Let me use the words of PenBoy. Do not waste your mandates here on earth. And make sure to be consistent in everything you do. Above all, relationship is more important than money. Relationship can buy what money cannot buy. Until then, I look forward to seeing you next week. Don't forget that I remain your humble host, MC Sheron Sema. Bye-bye. Stay tuned to ABAKWA TV.